Hello and welcome back to MLB The Show 19 and the Jason Parham Road to the Show. I'm Tyrant Saber. Last time out, Jason didn't have his best stuff on the mound against the Braves at home, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits, collecting 10 strikeouts, but still collecting a loss in which the D-backs got complete game shut out by the Diamondback or the Braves' pitcher Geraldo Gonzalez. So obviously not the best outing for us, but let's bounce back, make it happen, because we are still leading the AL or the NL West, and that's a great position to be in. So let's get out here, get some slider control perhaps, work on cutter stats, although those are looking pretty good. Let us actually increase our hits per 9 cap, because we've been capped up against that for a while, and I would like to get that up some more. Allow fewer than 5 hits. Ooh, I guess we'll give it a try. Got nothing to lose to do it, by the way.
The player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
And because we've just increased the cap on it, let's choose hits per 9 there. And we can work on our buddy ships. Who do we want to do? Herman Marquez, perhaps? We can make friends with Eric Neely, and it seems like we probably ought to, considering he appears to be moving. Oh my god, he's got the Wild Thing haircut. Look at that back of the head. Okay. Well, we are better than just okay ball players. Let's set an example and turn things around. So we're now friends with Eric Neely, and that will bump up our heart and soul a little more. And that should bring us out here against the St. Louis Cardinals in Busch Stadium. Now, Jason has only faced the Cardinals a grand total of 3 times before in one start. He has an 0-1 record against them, a 4.50 ERA, and a 2.25 WOBA. So really not much to say about these guys, aside from the Red Sox. This is the team that Jason has faced the least in his major league career, so I really don't have a whole lot to say about them. But in order to find out what he can do against them, we're going to have to get out there and get it.
Time to get the weekend started with Friday Night Baseball from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the St. Louis Cardinals. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. 2 of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next. Alex Reyes is on the mound for the Cardinals. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, what this guy's been able to do is not easy. Averages over a strikeout per 9 innings. His K per 9 innings rate right now is 10 for every 9 innings pitched. Definitely one of the elite pitchers.
Standing in, Jeremy Bernero. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Cardinals, the center fielder, Jeremy Bernero.
All right. Well, D-backs weren't able to accomplish anything but a couple singles in the top of the first, so let's get out here and hold them scoreless in the bottom.
Here's the first pitch to him. Line drive to left.
First pitch slider gets hit into left field, line out to Rhys Hoskins. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now a moment here in St. Louis to look at the Cardinals starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, Matt, I'm looking at the guy that's hitting second. Wonder if he can turn it around a bit. He's really struggled in the power category the last 10 games. How about 0 home runs? You wouldn't expect that from a guy with the kind of power that he displays. Hopefully, this is the game he turns it around.
And that'll bring up Tyler Wade. Day off for him yesterday, but back out there for this one.
Well, Tyler Wade, former New York Yankee and a fellow that Jason has seen quite a bit of while he was on the Red Sox.
Ball 1. Well, guys, you take a look at this Diamondback squad as they begin play here tonight. They did get the win last time out, but it hasn't been the best week for them as they've won just twice in their last 6 tries.
Yeah, Matty, they got beat up on the homestand, losing
Bunts the changeup down, and that'll be the first strike.
Sometimes it's good to get on the road, remove yourself, get out to a restaurant, see a different city, shower it off, and try and fight in front of some hostile fans.
2-seamer up and away. Fouls that off. Same spot as the call. I'm going to go a little bit above the zone with my target. And he fouls that off as well.
Come on, fellas, let's go. Hey, be patient. Get your pitch, huh? Hey, one down now, one
So let's try cutter inside. He fouls that off.
Hey, I'm biased to the hitter right now. Keep frustrating that pitcher. Foul 12 of these things off. He's going to miss over the heart of the plate at some point.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, though, and that'll be strikeout number 1 on the day for Jason and out number 2.
He put up a pretty good battle at the plate right there. They finally get him on a 1-2 pitch, but you could see that he wasn't laying down without a fight. He really made the pitcher earn that strikeout.
Well, I got him into swing mode, and then I put one where he couldn't get to it. So that'll bring up Clint Frazier, another alum of the Yankees during Jason's time there in Boston. It's funny, the Yankees seem to have produced quite a bit of pairs of players that have gone off to various places. The Pirates got... they got Aaron Judge, and they got Horace Simone. The Cardinals here have Tyler Wade and Clint Frazier.
Going to be the be-all, end-all of this game right here. Who's going to execute? Is the pitcher going to be able to keep going to that
0-2 count, and the calls for a down and away slider.
And hit that ball in the gap.
Let's see what he does with it. Swing and a miss. No chance on that one, and that'll be the end of the first.
It's on to inning number 2 now in St. Louis with no score.
And here comes Jason to the plate. Arizona got one in, and we got a runner on second with one out.
Let's see if that is indeed on right here. First offering on its way. Hit in the air out to center field.
Well, that'll be a bloop single to center, or a bloop fly ball to center field, and center fielder's got it.
He'll head back there with 2 away now. Leading off the inning, Christian Walker.
All right, Christian Walker out here. Take his wax here in the bottom of the second.
First delivery to him on the way. In there.
Curveball frozen for strike 1.
In for a treat today. What can we expect from today's matchup, guys?
I know everyone loves the long ball, Matty, but this is why I pay the price of a ticket right here. 2 of the game's best, 2 of the hardest throwers competing at the top of their game. Dan, you have to love this stuff.
You know, D-Row, we thought
that's grounded over to second.
Both of these pitches look like they're locked in early.
And that'll be the first out of the inning.
Really difficult to come by. They both look like they're on point so far.
Okay, here's how the Snakes are lining up defensively.
So your lineup today looks to be the usual suspects. We got Morris Lamb, Sammy Castilla, Jack Reinheimer, and Rafael Devers on the infield. Reese Hoskins, Carlos Castro, and Bryce Harper in the outfield. Cam Gallagher squatting like a frog behind home plate, and on the bump, as usual, Mr. Jason Parham.
Now in the box, Mark Clemente. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Cutter down for the first strike.
Taken for a strike.
Curveball on the inside corner, and he fouls it off.
Come on now, 1 pitch right here.
Try a slider down and away. That's grounded over to second, and Sammy Castilla cannot get to it, so Mark Clemente just gets a grounder up the middle for a base hit with 1 away.
Against the batter, he's going to have to put that in the memory bank. That guy made a nice 2-strike approach right there, made a nice 2-strike adjustment.
Didn't quite get that one where I wanted it, but it wasn't too bad.
Now batting, Charles Steele. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and 1 away.
Charles Steele.
Here's the first pitch to him. And he'll power
2-seamer right down the middle, no swing for strike 1.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch.
Curveball below the zone that he fouls off.
Hey, let it fly right here.
Bounces it in front of the plate.
And a heads-up play to get back to first as he wisely hadn't gotten too far from the bag.
Two-seamer down. Gets fouled off. So we're going to go up and in with a cutter. Not necessarily trying to break a bat, but get a swing and a miss. That'll be the second out of the inning and the third strikeout of the game for Jason.
Great strikeout stuff. In his last start, he racked up double-digit Ks, and it looks like he could finish up in that range again here. He's really an exciting pitcher to watch when he's.
And here comes Adalberto Mondesi. Let's see what he can do against Jason here. Twitches at the curveball at the bottom of the zone, but it's called for a strike anyway.
After sitting out last night's game. There he goes.
Fastball down, and they got him. Thrown out trying to steal, and that will end the inning.
Look at the throwdown that results in a third out on the bases. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. So
let's try that again, Mondesi.
And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. In there, 0-1.
Come on, big guy. Keep going up there.
Now the 0-1.
Change up down. He tries to bunt it. That's going to be fair. Rafael Devers on it. Makes a good play and throws him out for the first out.
To keep the leadoff man off base.
Here comes Rick Felder now.
Felder comes in after a day of rest yesterday, so we'll see if it did him any good.
Try a two-seam down and in.
Now pitch runs in.
Sprays that off.
All he can do is flare one fouled off to the right side.
Let's go right here.
Try a slider away for the second pitch. Swing and a miss. One right on the corner.
This is part of what makes him one of the best pitchers in the game. He pounds strikes, and his stuff is really tough to make contact with. And when you fall behind 0-2, good luck.
That's a slow roller over to third, and that will be the second out of the inning.
There are two away.
Jason working efficiently out here, 27 through 2 2/3.
It's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games.
That's about 3 1/3 pitches per inning so far today.
Right up there among league leaders in that department. So in now is the Cardinals pitcher, Alex Reyes, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Did I say 3 1/3 pitches per inning? I meant, of course, 3 1/3 pitches per batter.
A good changeup gets the call.
Here we go, boys.
In there, and he's in control.
Two-seamer up above the zone, and that's 97 early in the game. So Jason is speeding up with that two-seamer of his. And froze him on strike 3 high in the zone to end the inning. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Pitcher just doesn't want to hurt himself up there, and that'll end the inning.
Ready for another chance?
Well, Jason gets another shot here, 2 away here in the
Ready with the
4th.
first pitch. Here it comes. Hit down the third baseline.
Part of the reason I'm not entirely sure is because one of my monitors is blocking my television, so I can't see the very left side of the screen from where I'm sitting.
And that misses 1-1.
Huh.
That one
Okay.
looked like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a
70
big difference
pitches
between
through
0-2
3
and
2/3.
1-1, but now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
Fastball, not
2-1
close,
count
and
to
he
Jason. Now
runs
he's
into 2
throwing
balls in his
99,
strike.
so he's not he is not throwing slow today.
Oh, he wanted that one, but it misses for ball 3.
Painting the corners here and doing his
Carlos
absolute
Castro would
best,
be next.
but
And he gets him to lift one high in the
well,
air,
that one's going to be
lifting out
popped
to
up behind
center.
second. That'll be the end of the inning for
Put this one away, and
Jason.
the side is retired. Diamondbacks down in order. They lead it 1-0. Digging in, Jeremy Bernero, 0-for-1 for him here in this one.
The center fielder, Jeremy Bernero.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike.
0-1 to...
There's a called strike
Who is
on a
this?
fastball up in the zone.
Jeremy
We're seeing more of
Bernero.
that from pitchers
I was going to call him
nowadays.
something
With
like
the launch
Johnny
angles,
Bernard or
guys are
something.
looking for the ball down in the zone. If a pitcher can pitch up
Just
in
don't
the
know
zone
any of these
like that pitch
players.
right there, you can go ahead and make some hay.
Hit out towards second. Castilla takes
Grounder
it
over
and
to
the throw first is
second
in
on the
time.
cutter, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
At the plate, Tyler Wade, who was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, but it was a good change-up, Matty. Good arm
Tyler
action
Wade
on that
here.
pitch. Look for him to
Change
try
up
and
on the
stay
inside
back a little
corner
bit
gets
more.
it, and that's strike
Get a little
one.
deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt.
In
That's low,
stark
but called
contrast to
strike
last
anyway,
game, this
nothing in
ump
two
is
now.
helping Jason out a lot. He's getting a lot of these borderline pitches, and I'm sure the batters are getting fed up with it.
Does he go elevated fastball? A lot of options at hand right now.
Try a cutter down.
Tried to get him to
No
go
call
after
on that
of the
one,
knees,
and
but it's
I didn't
1-2.
expect one.
I really like watching righties throw that cutter in on lefties' hands like that. This one was down 2, and if he hits it,
Try a
there's pretty good chance he's gonna
curveball.
pound it into the ground.
That's grounded over to short,
And there are two
and they
out
got
now.
it for the second out.
So bases are empty here with two
That'll
gone.
bring up
That'll
Clint
bring up
Frazier
Clint
once again.
Frazier.
Hey, let her rip one time.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Two-seamer inside gets lined into the gap, and that's going to be a nice little double there to the gap. Left center field.
Now he'll get into scoring position with two away.
So a man on second with two away here in the fourth.
Inning after all, as he's into second with a two-out double. And you see there on the lower part of your screen, his total places him third best on this Cardinals ball club.
The batter, the first baseman.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Christian Walker. And
Fastball
he'll
inside
bring home that
corner
tying
for
run
strike
from
one.
second with a base hit into the outfield. Frazier at second with two down.
Hey, like a can up there, huh?
Now, I'm not sure, but I think Christian Walker himself is a former Diamondback.
And in for a base hit.
They're not holding the runner at third, so that is going to be an RBI single for Christian Walker. And that'll tie the game up here in the fourth at 1.
Pitcher standpoint, D-Roy, you get the first two out of the inning. The next guy doubles, and then you give up a two-out base hit to drive in a run.
Yeah, you want to talk about on the complete.
So
flip
good
side,
swinging from
firing up
these
and out.
Cardinals here
Boys go down
in the middle
gap.
innings.
You mix in a gapper right there. Double finds himself on second base. and he's
Slider
able to
on the
come through.
black,
Next
strike
guy's able to
one.
come through with a big two-out.
Guess these guys have figured out if their ump is going to call strikes, they need to swing.
Called strike one. Here comes the 0-1.
Nope,
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
I mean, Jason's advantage has never really been that he misses that many bats.
Grounded to short.
It's that the contact he does allow tends to be relatively soft and not all that frequent. But regardless, that is now a tie game here going into the fifth. Tied 1-1.
So coming to the plate, Charles Peel. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
The third baseman.
And still tied 1-1 after the top of the fifth. Jason has to come out here and hold it tied.
Here's the first pitch to him. Just able to get a piece of
Deal
that for strike one.
taps down the
So
two-seamer
earlier in the
below the
broadcast, we mentioned
zone.
that we might be seeing a pitcher's duel today, and these two guys have certainly delivered on that promise.
You know, Matt, sometimes
Another
it's
one.
really hard to put
Strike
a finger on why
two.
a guy pitches well and why a guy is having a very difficult time. So far, he hasn't had a very good season, but you know this. When you
Cutter
have
up
the
and
stuff that
in
this
just
guy
off
has,
the corner.
He's 1 out, 1
But
inning,
I do
pitch
agree
away
with that
from
call
turning
as it
things back
happens,
around.
so that's
He's
ball
pitching
one.
more now like the guy we thought he was going
I know
to
it
be.
doesn't matter if I agree with it or not, as
Sent in
it's
air
the umpire's
out to
call, not
straightaway
mine.
center. Castro
Slider,
giving chase.
center field,
He makes
and that'll be the
catch.
first
A great
out.
effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. So
Castro has to cover some ground out there, but not a lot.
Place next will be Alberto Mondesi.
Mondesi.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Really feels
Fastball
like he's
over
just
the
got
outside
cruise
half.
Control out there on the mound right now.
Yeah, it really does, Matt, but this offense isn't helping him too much. It sort of feels like The next team to score is going to win this thing.
Changeup freezes him on the outside corner for strike 2.
This guy's pitching really well in this one so far. You could just see he's awful confident attacking the strike zone, and when he comes off the mound at the end of the inning, looks like he stepped in a big old
Cutter above the zone. Maybe a bait pitch a little bit, but no swing.
1 run on 3 hits and no errors so far for the Redbirds.
And another one below the zone. Slider, no swing.
Classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there.
But the 2-seamer on the outside corner freezes him, and that'll be the second strikeout, or the second out of the inning. 5th strikeout on the game for Jason. So he's right about 9 strikeouts per 9. 1 strikeout per inning. 2-seamer inside corner, 1-0.
Throws from the right side and stands at 6'3". This is his first year at the big league level. And the off-speed
Change-up outside corner, freezes him again.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Try a cutter inside corner. That freezes him too. Now the calls for curveball outside corner. I'm going to go ahead and give him the Showtime slider just on account of because.
Now a swing and a fly ball.
Well, he pops that up into right field and foul, but stays alive. So we'll give him a 2-seamer up and in.
Again, he sends
makes contact and he pulls it early.
Here's another 1-2.
But the changeup line straight at Rafael Devers, and that'll end the inning.
Down in order go the Cardinals. We played 5 full, tied at 1 aside. Coming to the plate now.
Here comes pitcher, relief pitcher Josh Nance.
Appearance of the game here in the 6th.
Got nothing to say about him, I don't think, so let's just get after him.
Hey, we got nobody.
First delivery to him on the way. Right side.
Cutter inside, gets sprayed off early.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Can't catch up to that one, and that'll be strike 2. Try another fastball, outside corner. Grounded slowly over to Rafael Devers, and that'll be the first out of the inning. That should bring up Jeremy Bernero.
Now back to the top of the lineup, stepping in. Jeremy Bernero, no hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in
Track
the ball
curveball to him. Frozen outside corner for strike 1. That is an 80-mile-an-hour curveball, folks.
And no errors so far for the Redbirds.
There's one on the inside corner, and Jason,
it's 0-2.
Sure, he's giving him fits out there.
Hitter right here, he won't triple up. He's got you down 0-2, and he might really want to get
Cutter up and in.
If he throws the same pitch again.
Pulls this one in the air.
That's a fly ball left field. Reese Hoskins jogs out there to get it. That'll be the second out of the inning. Here comes Tyler Wade now.
Into the box. Tyler Wade. He was retired via the ground ball last time up.
Curveball first pitch. No swing on one that drops just out of the zone for ball 1. Give him a fastball on the inside corner.
That's
popped up behind third base. Rafael Devers has to run for it, but that will get him, and that'll end the 6th.
1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Rendell Pritchard will get the call.
Well, they're going to pinch hit Jason here in the 6th with a tie game, so he gets a no decision on the day unless they can score something here. But he doesn't get a loss, and that's not nothing. So he will succeed on his challenge to allow only fewer than 5 hits. So we'll see what happens. Survey says Well, it was another day at the office for Jason. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits and collected 5 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. For a no decision in the game, the D-backs ultimately lost. He remains at 6-1 on the year and 85-43 in his career. His ERA has gone to 1.43, his FIP is at 0.81, and his xFIP is at 2.07. So that's going to do it for me. Until next time, I'm Tyrant Saber, and I will see you at the ballpark.